Well, a number of months ago, BT sent me a fairly beat up Japanese import JX3P and said, "Can you do something, man?" Well, here it is. This is the titanium class Kiwi-3P made specifically for BT. So it's an upgraded JX3P with the Kiwi-3P upgrade inside. Everything about this guy has been remanufactured, rebuilt. The key bed's been completely taken apart, cleaned, reassembled, all of the appropriate traces and stuff sorted out. The metalwork's been powder coated. I also made a custom overlay for this particular unit because this particular unit only has the MIDI in and out, so it needed a specialized version of the 3P overlay that both myself and Synth Graphics have been making. So this is based on the Lacken artwork, and you know Lacken of course did the original artwork, and then he supplied it to me for use, and then we supplied it on to Synth Graphics for use, and so here it is. And of course here are the titanium end plates. Well, they're not titanium, they're actually aluminum, but you know, what is this, the aluminum Falcon? Anyway, as you can see, they were computer cut, and then I have finished them and beveled them accordingly, and we're talking an awful lot of handwork involved on top of the computer-aided cutting and manufacturing that was required, but they look stellar. And of course they're perfectly suited to the contour of the 3P, but they also have a bit of a Jupiter flair to them. They angle back a bit. It's that Batman look I like to talk about. And over here on the front rail, I actually had the front rail bead blasted, and this is actually a nickel, brushed nickel plating applied to the front rail because we wanted it to, you know, complement and match the incredible metallicness of the end plates. Now, the anybody who knows what the JX3P shipped on top of, it was a pressboard body. That is no more. Hang on a second. Let me set this up. Show you what we got here. So this, autofocus please, thank you. This is a brand new Baltic birch base plate. So it's basically, I cut it and made it according to the original hole pattern, but it's actually a bit thicker than the original, and it's Baltic birch, and needless to say, totally waterproof. But then on top of it all, I've also given it this thick black coat of paint. So that looks pretty stellar. I mean, you know, to see the bottom of a synth that doesn't have any scratches like that, it looks like it's brand new. And speaking of brand new, all the hardware you see, the bolts, are all brand new. I basically sourced powder-coated metric bolts and also stainless steel ones for the front rail, and over here as well. So quite a bit of sourcing involved. Now back here you'll notice there is actually, whoops, here we go again. Back here you'll notice there is a aluminum back rail, which I'm going to flip the synth around and continue. So continuing on, flip the synth over so we can see the back. Here's the back rail, and it's a nice reflective aluminum back rail, and it basically gives us a nice counterpoint to the powder-coated paint job on the chassis. And here is a rear panel overlay, basically developed by myself and Synth Graphics together. I did a lot of the positioning of the holes and whatnot, and then you know, Synth Graphics did the locations of the legending and whatnot. And here we have, while I was at it having things computer cut, I also had BT's logo computer cut, and that's mounted here on the back. So it's the Kiwi-3P, the Roland logo's all given due respect, and of course this BT logo here, just to show this is a custom BT job. And of course it's got the IEC upgrade, so it's now using a standard IEC. It doesn't have the cable just hanging out of it for you to trip on. So this is it, a titanium class Kiwi-3P. It sounds really good, but I'm not going to demo it. I'll let BT demo it on his next albums.